Across the continent of Greater Banya, peoples of all walks of life share a common sense. A sense that something is approaching. What it is remains a secret to most, but they can feel it. Rumors of sickness spread in the south. A mountain flies in the west. An army of living flame marches through the desert sands, leaving a line of glass as their trodden path. Yes, these are the troubles set to welcome a god into this world. Behelit, the lidless eye, god of the searing light. She approaches and will not be deterred. However, a few know of her coming and prepare. A deadly and cunning thief, a champion of the mountain tribes, a cleric of chaos, a brilliant artificer, and a scarred soul whose past is catching up with him. Can these individuals save the rest? Can they kill a god? Can they save their friend? Can they each finally find a home? Let us together read the final chapters of these heroes. Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I never let my friends sleep, never. I'm Andrew Gilbert, but tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and I'm not alone. With me, as always, is Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Hey everybody, sorry, was posting a poem in the chat on behalf of Chelsea. Yep, as mentioned, my name's Galway, my pronouns are he, him, his, and I play Catherine Charity of the Family, whose pronouns are also he, him, his.
And we have Adam, playing the Halfling Rogue Burbage Kemp.
Good evening, everybody. For those of you who are in the same time zone as me, and good other parts of the day to other people.
That covers it.
My name is Adam. I go by pronouns he, him, his, or they, them, theirs. And I play Burbage Kemp, and he uses he, him, his pronouns.
And we have Lena, playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi, I'm Lena. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and Stormbringer's pronouns are also she, her, hers.
Then we have Rachel, playing the Gnomish Artificer Clem.
Everybody in this space and the space that I play uses she, her, hers pronouns. For now, I should say. Yeah. Shouldn't make assumptions based on... Anyway, I'll be quiet. Continue. I was talking about the baby, and then it became weird, and then I just was... Andy, back to you.
Back to me and Darcy, playing the Tiefling Cleric Hikari.
Hello, I am Darcy. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and Hikari's are she, her, hers. And I don't have a song this week. I will have one for next.
We wait with bated breath. Thank you.
I'm sure, yes.
And thank you for all the players playing tonight. We really appreciate it. You're amazing, and we're going to get into some real good story right after a few announcements. So, this is a live recording of the podcast Goats and Dragons on Twitch. You may be hearing this on YouTube or on the podcast Goats and Dragons. We have a couple of other podcasts that you can be aware of as well. We have Helpful Goat Presents, which is right now going through Galway's World of Tyr with several different shorter interlocking campaigns that you can kind of jump in on at the beginning of every single one of them and feel like you're getting stuff, but you can also go back and watch the others and then get a whole bunch of lore, and it's awesome. And we also have a podcast, Dom and Dragons, where we played... we have a 25 episode campaign where Dominique Monaghan, the actor, played with us. during COVID because he was bored, and we offered him a good time, and we did have a good time. So Dom and Dragons is that one. We're also affiliate here on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And if you have Prime Gaming, you can subscribe for free. It's a little wonky how they do it. When you go to subscribe or resubscribe, there's just like this tiny little box that says, "You want to use Prime Gaming?" And you just click that, and it's free. We'd appreciate it if you use that on us. And if not, use it on someone very deserving, because it does help out a lot. Small streamers like us. And it's it's not a lot of work on your end. There are a couple other ways to support us though too. If you type !merch, MERCH, into the chat, you're going to get a link to our merch page. And there's all kinds of awesome stuff in there, Helpful Goat related, but also some of the games related, like Goats and Dragons or Tier, stuff like that. And we're kind of always kind of adding some more stuff and bringing in some artists from our community to help illustrate some of these amazing characters or great moments that we share in the games. So yeah, you can check that out. Or you could go to !KO-FI or coffee, and that'll get you a link to our coffee page where you can just buy us a coffee or something. Any of the proceeds that go to us directly are put straight back into our community, either creating content, um, working on giveaways, helping people with shipping for our Secret Santa that we do every year, all kinds of stuff like that. And if you want to be a part of that community, you can type !Discord in the chat, and that'll get you a link to our Discord. And that's mostly where we hang out. But we do all kinds of things. Rachel has a reading corner that she does, and it's awesome. We also play a lot of games. We watch movies together. We have a game day coming up pretty soon, which is when
Tomorrow.
again, Lena? Tomorrow, right? Yeah. So you could join for that and come on in and play just some Jackbox games or something with us, or code names or whatever.
Hang
And
out
we
with
also
me while I collect all of my pee.
yes, that would be amazing.
With no context. No
No,
context.
not
No
giving any.
context.
No.
But besides even us and our focus, we also have !donate that you can type in the chat. And Garway, can you talk briefly about where that leads people?
Yeah, right now, !donate is a collection of Ukrainian charities and charities benefiting the Ukraine, gathered by Ukrainians in the face of the Russian invasion of the Ukraine. So we encourage you check that out. They're locally sourced charities, and they're charities that are both well rated internationally and also are doing good work on the ground for assistance of various types in the nation of Ukraine.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about all the things. We do have a poem to read, though, from Chelsea. Even if Chelsea is not here, could one of you take a crack at it? How about Adam? No?
I haven't read
Adam's
it in a
not
while.
there
I
right
could read
now.
one.
Or whomever.
I'll do it. Congratulations! You've made another enemy on the shit list of your quest into the woods for drunk escapades and a dragon fight ending in a glorious mess. So much left to do as the board and pieces move toward the looming war, but first some healing, rest, and merriment, Andy, we must implore. Thank you everyone for this incredible story and for all that you do. Much love, FOR crew. I'm cheering from afar, and stream can see and hear you.
Lovely.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you, future Chelsea.
You're the greatest. All right. Well, with that, let's begin tonight's episode of Fates of Ryn. No. Previously on the Goats and Dragons Fates of Ryn, a discussion with Pelatoth, the great white dragon, went fairly well, considering. The group learned important information and now have their eyes set once again on Federo. Here, they would need to help Hikari discover the last remnant of her past. They need to find Ponway, who may have more information about the Hellfire than he has let on. But they also need to find a way into the city itself, for they have now heard that not only is Federo on lockdown, allowing very, very few travelers within its walls, but also it is nearly frozen. The beacon of light in the great sand wastes, a desert, is now growing cold. This has prevented the armies of flame from penetrating their walls, but for how long and to what end? As Hikari and Burbage vie for the moniker of Wildcard, they retreated back into the woods outside of town in order to learn more about the dragon's spear. What they found was another individual there to retrieve it. Azulamance, the ancient and powerful blue dragon. Luckily, as the fight started, the family was quick to respond. And Hikari and Burbage's bravery led to the retreat of the creature without its prize. Now, Charity sits atop Clue as he watches the sparkling fury of Azulamance disappear into the dark night clouds, so that the brilliant white lightning now streaking from him looks just like a distant thunderstorm. What would you all like to do?
So state of the board. I'm just trying to remember. Is Stormbringer on Clue with me, or is she just drifting down to the ground?
I think she was just falling.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
with Feather
Stormbringer's
Fall, and then
drifting, and you said you were going to go like pick her up before it.
and then the other three are still back in the forest.
Yes. Pelitoth was not feeling well and had to sort of retreat for the night. But probably he heard about the blue dragon. You don't.
So at this, Charity
know
will
what's going on.
probably swing down on Clue to Stormbringer. So we're alive. That's good.
I almost had the motherfucker.
I am about to say two statements that feel like they should contradict each other, and yet both are true. You were the size of one of his toenails, and yes, you almost did.
He's gonna fucking go and tell stories about us now, and I almost killed him, or at least almost grabbed onto him for a really long time.
Yes, I admit
There's
that.
still like some sparks kind of every once in a while coming off of Stormbringer's clothing.
Charity will sort of reach out, like, let me just, oh, okay. Can't really pat those out. Well, yeah, little concerned about the stories and general information and, the presence of an elder dragon. Just sort of, surprise, here I am. But we should probably go get the others. Make sure how much is left of them.
Why was it here? Why was the dragon here?
Presumably not a friend of Pelitoth?
No, Pelitoth mentioned this dragon and said it wasn't a friend, but why was it here?
Well, given the fact that it was in the woods, maybe it was looking either for Pelitoth or the spear. I mean, dragon killing spear sounds fancy and expensive, and like they might want to hold on to it.
Yeah, like I might want to hold on to it.
It's like 2.5 stories tall.
Okay, but like I can like downsize it, right? Like if I just like cut off some of the haft, then it can be like a size that's like my height, and I can carry it.
That's not how balance works.
Well, I'm not gonna throw it. It's just for stabbing.
You need...
Charity, I know weapons.
Meanwhile, I think Burbage and is circling the actual dragon spear, and saying to Hikari, "You know, Hikari, I know weapons, and this thing is way too big for us to have carried. Why were we running out here to try to find this thing?"
I think because we were really drunk.
Oh yeah. All
But
right.
yeah, this is kind of big. I thought it was like, I remembered it being like the size of an arrow or something. I don't know.
Sure, like maybe like a spear. I suppose that as we near our serious climactic destinations in this story we find ourselves in, perhaps we should be a bit more careful about how intoxicated we get. Because, I don't know, look at this thing. This thing's huge. We can't afford to be making these kinds of mistakes anymore, Hikari. That's a season 1 thing. It was for finding good then, but like, why have we not outgrown this?
But if we hadn't been drunk and run out here, then the dragon would have gotten it.
Ah, I like
See,
the way
that's
you.
how it works. You just don't think.
You know, Akari, you're right. I wasn't thinking. Here's to us. And he raises
Clink.
a flask.
Clink, clink.
Glug, glug, glug. Clink, glug,
Glug,
clink,
glug, glug.
glug.
I have no idea where Clem is in relation to this.
You're
Still
probably
there, I
like
think.
almost like you're closer to them than you are to where we were.
But I think I'm still kind of by myself.
Yeah,
right?
you were at least like 100 feet probably away from them.
Okay.
So you might be sort of making your way over to this now. Again, trees sheared off, glowing embers, kind of the only thing left of a few of them, and still a few just embers are kind of drifting down from the sky.
Any scales around or other parts that that fell from?
You can give me a look. Yeah, give me an investigation.
I just got to collect all my parts, you know.
I get it.
29 with a natural 20.
Excellent. Right. So you picked up a few of the blue dragon ones when
Yes, I got a
think
blue
it
dragon
was-
scale and I got blue dragon blood.
Yes,
I already have that, but
Yeah.
just anything else interesting.
when Burbage sort of shot into it a little bit, you find a kind of a long sliver of something that almost looks a little bit like a chipped tooth. Um, it's about 2.5 feet long. And even though it's very thin, it's also very sturdy. You can't really bend or break this thing at all. So you're not exactly sure. Maybe it's a talon piece or a tooth piece. That's about as good as you can get right now. And you do find 2 more blue dragon scales, fully intact.
Ooh.
And then there's like 13 pieces of blue dragon scales. If you want,
I can also get some of that too.
take whatever you want.
All right, blue dragon scale chunks. That's a nice way to put it. My inventory
Blue
is
dragon scale
wild.
nuggets.
Yeah, there you go. Delicious. Can I just say I have things like Goliath zombie parts, rock parts, parentheses, whatever I want. Giant Dreamweaver toenails, Death Tyrant bone dust. So, just I'm going to these will all come in handy someday.
So what you're saying is we should be grateful that Randolph is just like the sort of patchwork Build-A-Bear horror that he is.
Instead of something
Yeah.
much worse.
Yeah, let me just put some Dreamweaver toenails on him.
Yeah. Randolph sees you picking up pieces and he goes around and starts to pick up a stick or so and then kind of bring it over. And then Clem, as you're kind of on the outskirts of this clearing and area here, you also hear armored figures riding and jogging this way from the city walls.
Can I see them?
Yeah, they're carrying torches.
I'm going to kind of wave them.
Yeah, you wave them kind
Yeah.
of down, and as they approach you and they don't see a dragon, they look incredibly relieved that they mustered up all the courage they had to come out here, and are very, very happy that you seem to have chased it off. The three
Yeah,
of
it's
you now.
gone. You're fine.
Oh, miss, thank you so much. I was in the tavern. I threw this on when the second dragon bell rang.
Yeah, I single-handedly chased it off with my
That's
I'm very scary.
you. You're so small.
I know, but I got Randolph here and he's pretty scary too.
Yes, he is. Oh,
Yeah. The dragon took one look at him and was like, hell no, I'm not fucking with this town.
you know what? I believe that. I'll believe that. Listen, can we buy you a drink?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Is that all right? Is that all right? And probably about this point, if you're coming back to they see you on. Is Clue visible at this point?
Yes.
Or are you guys okay? They see you on this flaming black horse that's streaking through the sky.
With essentially silver angel wings of fire.
Indeed. And again, they kind of step back a little bit. Are they with you?
Oh yeah. They're my entourage, you know. They gotta make sure that the dragon chaser stays safe.
Dragon chasers. Oh, you're amazing.
So, like, real talk, do I think that I could saw off the haft of this and use it as a weapon?
Half of I don't understand what half you're
Haft.
talking about, I guess.
Like the
The grip of the spear.
Like split it in half, like because sawing it is still it's as wide as a tree, right? This spear.
I'm a Goliath, Handy.
Yes, and a Goliath would require you to bear hug a thing in order to have it.
What if I do some word working and carve off kind of like hand grips? So I chop it and chop a chunk of it off so it's only like my height, and then carve out like the base some so I can grip it.
Yeah, you can certainly try.
I feel
And
like
it would work
I feel like
then?
Stormbringer is like gesturing in this way as we're going into charity. He's gonna go. You realize that's a weapon for dragons to kill dragons, and we in fact have dragons on our side, right?
So you're like saying we should give this to Pelitoth?
I'm saying that maybe he can find someone who can use it for us. Yes.
I mean, I guess, but what if I use it?
Stormbringer, it's too big for you.
Okay, but no, see, I can cut off this chunk so that it's like as tall as me, and then I can carve out the sides.
Stormbringer, it's season 3 now. Like, we can't keep doing this.
Burbage, I don't know what that means.
You're gonna see Charity. I almost literally cannot believe I'm saying this, but Stormbringer, you should listen to Burbage. He's being reasonable. Right up until he started talking about season 3, that seems sort of to fall into the whole I have this many HP thing. How badly hit did you get, buddy? Are you able to track the finger?
I don't think I got hit at all, actually. I think I showed great courage and skill in the battle we just had against the dragon. In fact, I did something. I shot an arrow into it, and it exploded some of its shells off, and now it has a vulnerability. As long as it doesn't account for that vulnerability since it got away. It probably won't do that, right?
I hope
Yeah,
not.
probably.
Anyway, at least the bad guys don't have this cool dragon spear. I think, yes, we should give it to Pelitoth.
If I also can't have the dragon spear, then I request that we have a dragon fighting training montage.
Okay.
Da, 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 da,
Where we all
da,
practice punching
da,
dragons
da,
and jumping on them in
da.
the sky.
Yeah, I could be down for that. The last montage we had, I think, was a shopping montage in Diefield. And I think we're definitely due for one.
Yeah.
Punching and jumping on dragons is absolutely not going to be the best use of my abilities and will almost certainly be entirely fatal to Clem.
I don't know. Clem was saying that she's a dragon chaser, so
She's
Yeah, Clem
mocking
isn't
the
here. Clem is
locals.
walking back with the armored people to get bought drinks.
Nice.
For
I guess.
sure.
so it sounds like she jumps on dragons a lot, and maybe she just didn't tell us that part of her backstory.
She's making fun of the locals.
Why would she do that?
Have you met her?
She wants free drinks. Fuck. And to look cool as shit. It's not
Okay.
often that you get to meet such gullible people, you know. We've been
So where's everyone heading? Clem is heading to the tavern for more drinks.
Yeah, I think we should go into town. I think I wouldn't mind drinking a dragon chaser myself.
Does
Like a chaser. Oh, sticky move,
Yep.
sticky move. Yeah, what were you saying, Charity?
Charity think that he could use telekinesis to like lift this spear?
Do you have a limit on that necessarily?
Yeah, but it's going to be expressed in weight in pounds, which God help us for what anything else weighs, because this is D&D. 1,000 pounds.
Okay, give me a roll. Give me an Arcana roll to see how well you
How
can.
heavy is this thing?
Can I assist the telekinesis?
It's a tree.
Andy, I don't know how much trees weigh. Does anybody here know how much trees weigh?
No.
It's just a
I'm
crazy
doing,
amount.
here's the daily or the weekly plug. Guidance. It's a cantrip that makes you or your friends better at things that you're trying to do, like Arcana rolls. Use it early. Use it often.
Trees can weigh anywhere from about 1,000 pounds to 2 million pounds.
Wow.
Excuse-
That's a huge range.
Is that like the General
very
Sherman or something out in
Yeah.
fucking California?
Uh,
The
14
redwood.
Arcana.
Oh, yeah. Cool. All right. A 14. With Stormbringer's help, you're able to drag this thing, which will leave a mark and definitely, leave a trail, but it's movable.
Yeah, I'm mainly just trying to have it not be like in the fucking forest because I'm gonna need to deal with it, or Pelototh is, but I'm like, I'd kind of prefer that it wasn't far enough out. Like, it doesn't even have to come inside the city, but to the point where like they could watch it on the walls.
Right.
Um,
Fair enough. Yeah. Easy enough to with all your might, you can finesse this thing up into the walls, essentially the torchlight of the walls, so
Nice.
that they can watch.
Charity's just gonna sort of like crick his neck slightly, despite the fact that this was, telekinesis, so the strain is entirely mental. Sort of call to the guards. Could you just make sure that no one takes that? And by no one, I mean probably
Takes
another
it.
dragon.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Scream if someone tries to take it and come
Right.
get us.
Okay, sure thing.
And as we're sort of then getting back into town, Charity's gonna sort of be pondering it a little bit and sort of, Hikari,
Yes.
do you still have enough energy to cast that spell that affects memories?
Let me think here for a minute. While I look something up in my brain.
I can understand it can take a while.
Okay. Modify yes, I can. Still, I feel the strength.
Before you turn in for the night, and or go drink more, could you perhaps cast that on me at Aideen's?
Sure.
Charity will sort of be like, I think I need to prepare for tomorrow. I'll see you all whenever. Don't get too drunk before tomorrow. Maybe try to make sure that Clem hasn't, like, drunk multiple times her body weight in alcohol.
All right.
Sounds good.
What's tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Oh, we're supposed to be preparing for something.
Tuesday?
Is it
Today's
Tuesday
Tuesday,
tomorrow?
I think.
Today's Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. All right. I guess this is probably going to be what I'm doing the rest of the session, is trying to figure out what we're preparing for tomorrow.
There's a bomb coming, or maybe not a bomb.
Isn't it like a volcano?
Maybe.
Is it like a traveling volcano?
Yeah, it might be. That might be what's being left on Adine's front porch.
I just love when the DM is going, the what?
Okay.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, if this is inaccurate, it's a failing of the recap.
Yep.
True. Clem, as you step into the tavern, and the guards immediately rush to the bar and start telling the story of the dragon chasers. And other fools are coming up to him and kind of pushing him around a little bit, saying, "You idiot! That's the family. They're not dragon chasers. They do all kinds of things. They're the family. The whole symbol is up in the square, for God's sake." So you get the sense that some of these guards actually might be newer to the town a little bit and don't quite know of all of the exploits of this group. And yeah, it also feels like a lot of people crammed in here. As much as you'd like a drink, it is a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, as you kind of then start to back out, one of the female guards kind of rushes over and hands you a mug and says, let's take a walk."
And I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna squint and I'm gonna throw back the entire mug, toss it onto the table, and say, "All right, you got 5 minutes."
I was planning to mostly walk and drink in silence.
Oh, silence.
Large crowds kind of upset me as well. I recognize it in your eyes.
That's fair. Well, if you give me another drink, we can drink in silence.
Sure, take this one. And she'll hand you hers and run back to the bar. And then comes back pretty quickly. She's beautiful. She has a kind of a large bun in the back of her head that she has two sticks sort of sticking through in order to hold it in place, and it's almost jet black hair. She seems to be half elf, is what you would guess, with just a few elven features, and yeah, she's pretty short for even a half elf. So while yes, definitely two of you, not an incredibly imposing figure. And then she'll step out into the night with you and walk a little bit and sip on the flagon that she has in her hand.
So you usually get 2 dragon bells in one night?
We've never had a dragon here. No, this is. Oh, something feels very off.
Yeah, there seems like there's a lot of new guards here. Are you preparing for something? Is there a reason that you're stocking up extra on protection?
I'm new. My family came in a caravan. And we sell sort of glass and we blow glass for individuals, and here seemed to be a very good place to set up business, but my brothers are the ones that are doing most of the glass blowing. I could help out by being a guard. They pay pretty well.
Have you actually had any action lately?
I've trained quite a lot.
You know anything about what's happening? Or are you just here to protect the town?
Honestly, I'm here to protect my family, and if they're in the town, then that's what I do. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at conversating.
Oh, yeah, same. I'm just going to ask a bunch of questions. I've been alone for literally decades, so all I know how to do is ask questions.
I lived underground for 3 years.
Okay, now I have questions.
And the two of you continue your walk through the moonlight. It's getting to be about midnight at this point.
I
It
still
is
have something I want to do tonight too.
fairly, you can do whatever at any point. Yeah.
Once I get back to the house that we're staying at,
Yeah. What are the sleeping arrangements? Is everyone gonna? So is that the plan? Is everyone comes over to Aideen's or?
Missy
think
had set us up
so.
rooms at the tavern.
Yes.
oh, okay. Then I can go to a room. Yeah, it might be good if I'm by myself for this.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk just a little bit with this individual and then you start heading back. They say goodnight. Their shift's almost done anyway.
What's their name? Pretend I was polite and asked it.
Well, but did Clem ask?
Yeah, probably. at some
Eventually,
point.
probably.
In the
They're
yada yada
probably, like,
montage.
Yeah. At some
Um,
point, be like, oh yeah, you have a name.
Serene is her name.
I guess it's a name. And then just, yeah.
She chuckles a little at this and drinks. And then you start heading back. Hikari and Charity, you make your way both to the to Aideen's place. Hikari, there's something a little bit inside you about doing a memory spell on Charity, because last time this happened, you will remember, you nearly got caught on fire with a flame that can't be quenched. It it was a little bit of a harrowing experience. But you know,
I doubt that'll stop me. I feel like I've had enough harrowing experiences in my lives.
Okay, I just have to say, as that line was delivered, the little Windows weather thing in my toolbar flicked over to fire weather. I'm just like, hey, Windows, what do you know that I don't?
all right. So the two of you are at Aideen's.
So with, I assume, Aideen there as well, Charity's gonna sort of turn to Kari. When I was just Caloran, when I was the death spell, I was very good at planning. Even though most of why people feared me was the whole, burning them to death and implacability and the fact that if I was there, it probably meant you were dead. I was very good at laying out plans, and it seems like with everything that's going on, we need some of that. We need to understand really well what resources we have, what resources we don't, and the ways to use them. So I was hoping. I know that the memory spells can be strange with me, but I was just hoping to get more clarity around times when I know I planned to see if I could bring some more of that ability forward.
Is that something I can do with this spell?
I mean, we're playing a little fast and loose with memory spells.
I was like,
I love it,
The boundaries of
Okay.
modified memory have been somewhat amorphous.
but I love it.
Sure, then.
So, as you then prepare, and feel free to describe how you prepare, go ahead and roll also an Arcana check because this is some finesse.
Charity will give you guidance as well.
So I can't really click on a lot of stuff in here without rolling it. So hold on.
I also don't know if this would matter, and you can decide what you want to do with it, Andy. But Charity would probably describe the particular incident that he's looking for of the Talbersham burning. And I don't know if Aideen could help with the fact that she knows things about Talbersham. As much as she knew Charity's or she knew the story that Caloran had sort of produced. I don't know if that helps guide Hikari at all.
Right. I think yeah. I think I was gonna say advantage, though it doesn't matter on the roll.
Yeah, so I accidentally rolled it 3 times.
No, you're good.
Because my
And
But it does help
guidance.
stabilize it a bit. And a D4. Do you want to roll that real quick, Thingol?
I can. 4.
All right, so 15. Good. What is it? What sort of happens when you cast this spell? How do you do that, Hikari?
Okay, so what I was gonna say is I can't click on the little info thing about like the stuff you would use and stuff.
Oh, okay. I could do that real quick.
So if you could,
There
do you
can read
understand
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's in spells. Can you read that? There.
There, thank you. Okay, hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess I don't really need anything for this except concentrate. Okay. So whoa. Okay. Stop clicking on my thing.
Sorry.
That's okay. I was trying to read it. So yeah, I don't know, like put my hands in the air, I hum a little bit like a really bad psychic, like I don't know. And then I put my hands like on Charity's head and cast the spell. I don't know. I don't know what I do.
It's okay. No, it's good.
I got put on the spot and I didn't improv well.
You did great. As you place your hands on Hikari's, on Charity's head, are you there as well, Stormbringer, just watching, or are you?
I think probably I would have gone there. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think I'm comfortable sleeping in the tavern at this point, so I'm probably planning on sleeping on the floor at Adine's.
Fair. So, you and Adine, as Adine had kind of told as much as she could about mostly the aftermath um, of this incident in Charity Caloran's life. And as Hikari then places her hands on Charity's head, you see the room, just the light in the room get dimmer and kind of dimmer. And then something kind of weird happens. There's almost a line of Hikari's deep red hair that on the very end of it seems to spark a little, and it kind of and gives off some sparks. And then you see the line almost like her hair is a fuse, and this sort of sparking action is very, very slowly making its way up Hikari's head. And at first you almost go to put it out because you think it's just the hair catching on fire, but it's leaving behind a very specific strand of golden hair. And you start to then remember, oh, this is weirdly one of Hikari's god's way of manifesting some of this magic. Though it does appear like there's a time limit on it because it's a fuse kind of thing. So, Hikari, with your 15, you're able to search through some of these memories that feel like they've been locked off from Charity. You have an easier time seemingly accessing these things than Charity does. As you're sort of brushing by them very, very quickly to kind of get at something that feels or looks a little bit like what Adine described, you are blocked for a second. You just see whiteness inside Charity's mind and small lone figure kind of standing just in the open, in the middle of nowhere, cloaked in a very gray silver hooded cloak. And they turn to you, and it appears to be Charity, though the eyes are entirely different. They're eyes that almost look like they've seen many more years than Charity has. And they reach into themselves, into their chest, and sort of slowly pull out what looks to be a string. And they let it pull and dangle a little bit from their chest, and they slowly walk toward you, Hikari. And if you let them, it looks like they're going to place that string like right below your neck, right here, the clavicle. Clavicle, right? This area? That's about it.
Like, yeah.
And you get a little bit of a pinching sensation. And as he pulls back his hand, the string kind of dips down straight to the center of your chest. And the two of you are connected. And you've never had this sort of experience in a head before. You are not necessarily in control here. It's almost as if this figure is offering a connection to you that a simple spell is not quite able to do on its own. And then the world shatters as if it were made of glass. Everything falls around you, breaking. The figure is gone. You reach for your chest. There's no string necessarily there. But you seem to now have freer access to parts of Charity's brain that, yes, he didn't have access to, but something was blocking some of these memories. And you see a very young Charity. I mean, relatively, Charity's already young, but this is years ago. But he's got confidence, and he's commanding people all around him, and he's trying to think quickly. And he keeps darting over to a large group of children in the corner. This might be this incident that Charity has been relaying to you. And then you see this figure on the roof across this dirt street. Almost, it's moving just enough to what looks to be hiding its wings. It seems to be watching Charity, almost without Charity even noticing. You're tapping into almost the subconscious of Charity here. How much of this would you like to show to him? How much of this would you like to open up for him?
Well, that's a lot. You mean as far as like letting him know about like the weird like string and all that?
Right. There's a weird sort of choice you're gonna have to make here. This is because you're dealing with a memory that is not even conscious for what Charity would know. Right. This is something that is buried deep in his unconscious, his subconscious. He might have possibly accidentally seen something out of the corner of his eye that you can zoom in on and you can get a better sense of. But it was something that completely went by this Charity at the moment. How much of that do you want to preserve as subconscious? Or how much of that do you want to bring to the forefront in his mind. And this is just one of many memories like this. How deep do you want to go in all of these locked areas of his brain, trying to unlock and give him the key?
I mean, I'll go a little deeper.
You'll go deeper as well? So before you kind of make this decision of allowing Charity to become conscious of this, you keep going back a little further and a little further until you feel all of a sudden sucked into a space. It's just a room, probably underground, but lit brilliantly outside. There's a small baby in a crib, and the crib has been ornately decorated with what looks to for you to be like angels and demons. Oddly enough, going to war. Symbolically over this child, or if this is just a hand-me-down crib, you're not sure. But there's a woman then in the corner who's just kind of rocking slowly, who has another small child that they are nursing at this moment. Would you like to get any closer, or?
Sure, why not?
So as you get closer, the child does seem to be older than the baby in the crib. You can tell just from the magic here that Charity seems to be the baby. That, again, you're dipping into subconscious time periods in Charity's life that not even he remembers or has ever remembered. And you're getting closer, and then the woman turns to you and says, "Why are you here? What do you want with them?"
Ah, that's a little freaky.
Okay. Do you tell her that?
Yeah. Yeah. That was directly to her. Ah.
I apologize. I don't mean to be freaky, but you're the one who entered my house.
Listen, lady, I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to help out my friend here, and you're not supposed to talk back. And so I just start, like, put my hands up and start stepping, like, backwards slowly.
Okay. She stands from this rocking chair and places the child on the ground, who immediately starts kind of playing with what looks to be a very rudimentary wooden doll. And then from behind her back, she produces a very long sword and kind of just keeps it out at her side. If you don't know what you're doing here, I suggest you leave very, very quickly.
Okie doke. I'm gonna, like, run out of the room or wherever I am. I'm really freaked out.
All right.
Okie doke.
All right. You run out, like you head to the door and stuff, and you place your hand on the doorknob. You, it just passes right through it. You can't do anything here. The room lights up brilliantly in a brilliant white light, and you slowly turn, and there's this woman has sprouted angel wings in this moment. A long, flowing white gown has appeared, and a sword that gleams perfectly pristine. And she swings at you.
That's not safe to do with babies around, Andy.
Yeah, for real. She's just like,
Oh, so she doesn't then.
Okay, thank you. These aren't safe infant practices.
Does a 32 hit you?
fuck you.
I'm with Darcy.
Yeah, they've got a point.
That's 20 psychic damage, then, Hikari. Oh, you're not healed, are you?
Yeah, you're not healed, are you?
Got him.
Yep, I got him with that one.
This sort of this white light follows the impossibly quick action of the sword slash, and she just kind of stares at you as you feel yourself. I would say your corporeal form is failing you almost in this moment, but it's your mental projection of your sort of corporeal self that seems to be kind of slipping and having a hard time maintaining its integrity. You don't have long. You are probably being kicked out of Charity's mind at this point. In your last few moments here, what again do you want to show to Charity? All of it?
I'm going to show him all of it.
You're opening up not only parts of Charity's life that he has that has been hidden from him by some other forces, but you're opening up parts that even he has never quite experienced.
Okay, so...
I'm not saying, I'm just giving you information.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe like the subconscious like stuff that like people wouldn't normally remember.
Okay.
Probably not, but like all of the other stuff. Can I just like... Yeah, I wouldn't probably be like, oh yeah, you need to remember every memory you've ever had since you were like conscious. A conscious being, whatever that is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
So Galway, at this point, very quickly, like the floodgates being opened and too much water almost slamming into you at once, a lot of your memories have been unlocked of Calderin. Not just this specific one about him being good at planning, but lots of others are starting to come back to you. Again, maybe not quite everything, but stuff that has been lost to you is rushing back. Aideen and Stormbringer, you see Charity's eyes flip open, and they are black, entirely black. You see sort of a sludge beginning to almost form a horn out of Charity's now two broken horns. And that fuse on the back of Hikari's head has now reached the top. Hikari falls backward, just immediately almost passes out, falls back. You see kind of a white like slash almost across her as she kind of tumbles almost back into your lap. And then Charity's the horn is not sludge, the eyes are not black. He opens his eyes. And again, something feels a little different about the eyes that open. While they've always been Charity's, they feel like they've seen more years. What would you all like to do?
Question, Andy, on the
Yeah.
with the scope of the locks were kind of opened on memories, mostly focused on things I would remember anyway. Did I get do I know what happened to Hikari with regard to the sword slash in my head, etc.?
No, that whole scene, you were too young.
And that's what I kind of
and
was
that
figuring. So that is like that woman is lost or is not present for me. Okay.
Correct.
Charity's just sort of, I was a really shit person.
I doubt it. And is Hikari okay? Like, I don't know if
Oh,
this is how. She's supposed to look.
No, that's not. Well, she's not on fire this time. I'm gonna do a quick medicine check on her.
Sure. Hikari, you're for a second there you were almost dipping out of consciousness, but you're back. Charity's kind of looking over you. You feel physically fine.
21 medicine.
Nice. And she's physically fine, other than being severely burned by lightning not too long ago, and that sort of thing.
All the shit we knew about.
All the stuff you knew about is there. And Hikari, you have a splitting headache, but everything else about you seems intact, and that little that sort of light slash across your chest is completely faded.
Okay, I'm gonna cast. So I'm awake.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast, which is better. Again, I can't click on it. Prayer of healing or
Probably like a lay on hands.
a what?
Or not lay on hands. Cure wounds.
Cure wounds. Okay, I'll cast that. Might as well. I'll cast that at level 4.
Okay.
Nice. 17.
Yep, 17 is added to you.
That was
Awesome.
it?
Huh?
Okay.
All right. Charity, certainly you didn't know that you had studied tactics and war strategy. That is oddly from a different life, but it all comes flooding back. You feel tactically minded. You feel more confident about choices you can make for defenses and how to gather the right people and where foes might be attacking from. Yeah, this is a decent feeling at the moment.
Sure. 18, do you have maps of Cliff Mill and then the scouting map that you'd showed earlier and some spare paper and ink?
Of course, yes. Over here. I was getting it out before and looking at stuff, but here's the map of Cliff Mill. She rolls that across her table entirely, knocking over a small candelabra and a dish and stuff onto the floor. She's very quick to do what you're asking of her.
And Charity's just going to start writing out a list of allies, along with the disposition potentially of like forces that they could bring, resources that they have. Crotch the Sticky is on it. Any other pirate connections that he might have is on it. The the petting zoo that includes like owlbears, etc., and very dangerous creatures. Repeatedly, he's made mention of. Is there hamster lad? He kind of has a little question mark of make ready the sails, Mr. Hislop. The resistance in the horrible place that we just were. Vagelter. With their information, the Lights in the Dark, various criminal organizations that he'd worked with as Caloran, who he knows are available for hire or were. There is one note of the children of Talbersham listed down, dragons, etc. And then like he's going to essentially begin sketching just the basic outline of the city and start sketching like naval forces pulling people out of the city just to get them away, military forces, embankments, everything he knows of fighting fire elementals, sort of sketching out defensive lines, question of like how many dragons of what type. But as he's hastily sketching this out because I think he probably still doesn't know this. The pen is going to stop. Nadine,
Hey,
is Black Tom still alive?
I don't believe so, no. Or at least that's the rumors. Many said that you're the one to end him.
That makes sense.
That memory is still...
Yeah, and I kind of
not
figured
okay,
it would.
yeah.
Do the lights in the dark still exist?
The people sure still exist, though it's not quite as organized as before. Though the right rallying call could send them to you.
He sort of big breath, pauses, continues writing the list. We're going to see Diefield Halflings, question mark? But at this, I would say that Charity seems like he's hitting a level of focus where he's almost zoning out. He's just writing, looking at these maps, thinking about timelines, thinking about where various things are. He'll probably like prop up the little sending slate that
For
Hamster Lad, but
Yeah.
I refuse. I forget his name.
Absalon Prey.
Hamster Lad.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hamster Lad.
Just so that like,
Aideen, Aideen sees you focus on this, and she's like, "Let me put a pot on." She's gonna make some tea for you.
just so that like I feel like it's in his peripheral vision, so he could see if writing came back, and he's just going. I don't know what anyone else is doing.
What did you write to him, or you? Yeah,
I'd written a couple of sessions
night.
ago that was
Yeah, yeah.
essentially we should talk if it's a good time or
Yeah,
if
which
it's
is-
not.
Yeah, just a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
No writing has come back yet on that. And Burbage, what are you getting up to tonight?
Burbage is trying to figure out what tomorrow is.
Okay.
Hey, Ziggy. I imagine Burbage would have maybe wandered back to the tavern briefly and saw that it was a bit too packed, even for his liking.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, there was like midnight.
Yeah, pretty much at this point.
I think he would wander out around the base of the ice spire a little bit, see if is anybody out and about, like wandering or hanging around the ice spire.
Not really at this hour. You'll see people scurrying from tavern to home. That's about as much as it is. No one's really hanging out here in this area. And do you go into sort of the hollow area of it so that it's perfectly silent, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And is what is the current status of Gary Shambling? The last we knew,
Yeah, currently. Yeah, he's still wrapped around the base of this thing. He seems to be growing around the base of this. He's much larger than last time you remember. And when you got here, I think Charity threw some meat at him, and he was eating it up and stuff.
Sure. I think basically Burbage would take. I think he does his traditional post arriving at Cliff Mill, just kind of check in with Gary and with Vimeris, who's how far up?
180 feet or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But
You also see the two sort of really dark figures in this almost slightly glowing ice spire. Yeah.
Dragon turtles. Are they in dragon turtle form?
Yes.
Or
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Burbage would try to.
You also
Say-
remember you have that note from your brother still in your bag.
Yeah. I'd say that Burbage is kind of holding that and walking around, and he's not quite ready to read it. But yeah, he'll go over to Gary Shambling and and be like, "Hey, how's it going over here?"
Branches sort of twitch a little bit, which are again all adorned with like pink and yellow ribbons that have been tied on it, as kind of a remembrance for the spire and what happened.
Burbage will pat himself. He'll try to find something to maybe something that he could like cut off with a dagger, like cut off a piece of cloth of one of his pieces of clothing and try to turn it into like
Okay.
a ribbon to hang. Um, shouldn't be too hard. He's
Nah.
got plenty of shit.
Oh yeah.
And he'll just kind of lean against. Would Gary would let can Burbage kind of lean against the spire, lean against Gary?
You can certainly try.
Gary's not gonna eat Burbage. Come on.
Could you give me an animal handling check, please?
Famous last
Sure.
words.
Famous.
Yeah.
This is how Burbage goes.
This is
Eaten by an ally. Oh, that's a 3. Which turns into a 4.
You kind of go to like snuggle up against him a little bit. He doesn't understand that uh that you're trying to like do that. He more just kind of wants you out of his space for now. So he's not going to attack you because he knows you. This is Gary that we're talking about, but he's going to sort of push you away. And as he does, again, you kind of rub up against the spire, and you have to jerk your hand away because you remember how intensely cold it is.
Yeah, it is very cold. Um,
Also, something weird happens in the torchlight of the area. As you sort of jerk your hand away, for some reason, all of a sudden you notice as you're kind of waving your hand back and forth, you're not casting a shadow. Just the light from the torches, you're just not casting any shadow. And you sort of stand up a little bit, kind of walk around. You just can't find a shadow anywhere.
oh, that's weird. Burbage will consider that. And Burbage will remember a story that he read years ago as a child. And he'll say, I too am an unfrog. Perhaps the most unfrog there is. And he'll sniffle and look around. And he'll look up at Vimeris and the Ice Spire, and he'll say, I am afraid to open my eyes, as worlds of water may spill out. But I shall breathe deeply and bargain with my brain. And Burbage breathes deeply and bargains with his brain.
Excellent. Clem, as Burbage is doing that, as Charity, Hikari, Stormbringer are doing their thing, what are you doing as you get to the room that was sort of designated for you all to sleep in? You're probably sharing this one with Burbage and Hikari, maybe?
But
Although
nobody's
Stormbringer,
there now.
no one's there. Yeah. Although Stormbringer will probably just sleep right outside the door. But you're alone there.
Want to get out the box,
Yes.
and I also want to get out the schematics because I took the schematics as well for it.
Yeah.
It says that I have, oh god, so many things to read through. Magical item schematic that I got because they wanted me to work on it anyway, right? So
Yes, correct.
so can I investigate the schematics to just see what I can learn about it?
Sure, excellent. Yeah, give me a investigation or an arcana.
What's better? Definitely investigation. It's an 11. I'm gonna use
Okay.
one of my 2 remaining flash of genius
Okay.
to add 5 to that to make it 16.
All right. With a 16, you're able to suss out some specific elements that you can read as, oh, this must be attributing this characteristic to this magic item. So you're
Can I
able to.
figure out at all why it talked to me and what's going on with that?
Right. So that's odd because that doesn't seem to be something you found in the schematics.
Okay.
The idea of an intelligent magic item is often something that it is so incredibly difficult to create, that you wonder if, looking at the schematics, there are spaces for different stones, and you're wondering if they maybe found a stone that has some sort of intellectual properties that they then added to this crown.
Okay.
You're
It's
able
like
to also
maybe they
tell
only
that.
vaguely knew what they were doing and just kind of shoved things in there. And
Right. It does feel a little slapdash, right?
okay.
It feels a little, it doesn't quite have the elegance of something like UNC Ren might come up with.
Okay.
Um, it does look like it can change size to fit basically any size creature. And it looks like, by the schematics, it looks like it can go up to like incredibly large, giant or dragon sized crown. And then you're finding all these elements of areas in which it could enhance abilities. Though you're not exactly sure how and what abilities. Some of that is still not quite written in yet, and that's mostly what you find so far. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna knock on the box. Just like,
Okay. Yeah.
and I'm gonna just say, "Hey, you there?
I'm here. Yes.
Why are you trying to talk to me?
I thought I might be able to help you.
How? You're just a thing in a box.
I don't have to be in this box.
You do right now, though.
Well, then I can't help you.
Who are you?
I once was someone very important. I think I was a dwarf at one point. Long, long, long ago.
Did you talk to the people that put you in there?
A bit, yes.
What do they want?
They wanted me to help unlock the hidden powers of anyone I was on top of.
That sounds sketchy.
It is a bit sketchy sounding, isn't it?
What do you mean by unlock the hidden powers? I don't think I have any hidden powers. I'm pretty powerful on my own.
Well, how would you know? They
I've
are
done a lot of
hidden.
self-reflecting.
I see. I see. You've seen in the lake itself your own reflection and feel that you have met that person, right?
That's a really weird but apt way of putting it.
Tell me, what happens when you raise your right hand in the reflection? Does it raise its right hand?
That's not how reflections work.
Then what you're seeing is not really you.
Yeah, this sounds like
Something
magic bullshit
else.
rather than science bullshit.
Oh, I
Like,
am
there's
not
a reason.
scientific, no.
I mean, I like magic. Magic's fine and all, but
Yes.
there's a scientific reason for why it reflects differently. It just makes sense.
I would love to hear more.
I don't believe you.
Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Damn it. I thought because it was in the box that it was fine. 15? I can know before. I think I can use I can know if it will pass or fail before I use Flash of Genius, but I can look it up if you want me to.
It's fine. Yeah, this will pass.
Okay.
You think this passes. However, you do notice that oddly enough, your left hand has undid the latch. And you notice that and you're a little you feel a little weird about that. And you can relatch it very easily if you'd like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you do that again and you sort of oddly enough it was locked as well.
I'm gonna
And so
oh sorry.
yeah, so you're not exactly sure how you undid the lock because you just kind of shut it, latch it, turn sort of the knob just a tiny bit, and then you hear the lock click into place again.
Listen, asshole, I didn't say that you could use me to set you free.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Are you? And I'm gonna just take out some candle wax and just melt it over where the locking mechanism is. I know that it won't stop it from happening, but at least it's another like weird thing that I will then notice if I'm doing it.
Ooh. I can't feel the box. Perhaps you open me up. Dip
I'm
a
not
little.
trying to hurt you, you freak. I'm trying to make it so it's harder to open.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Do you not
Guess you had some
trust?
kind of candle wax thing that you were into when you were alive, which is fine, but we're not about that right now.
Do you not trust yourself around me?
No, I don't trust you around me because you obviously got into my brain and made my hands do things that I didn't want them to do.
I apologize.
You don't. You're a lying sack of shit in there. Listen, you might have dealt with idiots before, but I'm not an idiot, so I'm curious about you, but I'm not that power hungry.
Fair enough. I'm just saying that I could help you. You seem to have friends.
And I could throw you in the bottom of a well so nobody'll find you for literally thousands of years.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Why? What are you gonna do?
Give me another wisdom saving throw.
Why do I have to be an antagonizing asshole to this thing? Okay, I'm guessing a 13, I get the feeling doesn't save.
Okay.
So I could use Flash of Genius.
I believe so.
That's my last one. It's fine. Can I do hold on. Did I put it in my spells like a smart person? No, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Can I use detect thoughts on this, or is it only on like a creature?
I think an intelligent mind. I think it doesn't work on like squirrels necessarily, but it does on
Because I have my medallion
intelligent
of thoughts.
objects. Yeah.
And so I kind of want to use detect thoughts on it if I can.
I think you need to see it, but maybe double check the spell.
Okay, let me see.
No, you can use detect thoughts to like detect things through walls, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
You just sense the presence of minds. I'll double check.
Okay, thank you. Ooh.
So you rolled an 18 with that then, yes?
Yes,
Okay.
with my last
again,
flash of genius, yes.
Saves, but you do notice yourself sort of caressing the wax just a little bit, and you pull your hand back.
Oh.
said quit it.
Sorry, to probe their thoughts, you do have to see them, but you know that they exist. It's both. We were both right. To probe the thoughts, you have to see them, but you can detect that there is a like sentient mind through barriers. You don't
But
have
I
to see
can't like
them.
get it stuff unless I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you detect the presence of a creature in this way, you can read its thoughts for the rest of the duration as described above, even if you can't see it. Never mind.
Oh,
There's
never
fucking
mind.
layers in the paragraphs of this spell.
Okay,
You,
so then I'm gonna do detect thoughts.
okay, you sense the presence of an intelligent mind in this thing.
Yeah, and I want to probe into its fucking thoughts.
All right. How do we probe? Does it get a save, or I think you
Yeah,
automatically know surface
it's a
thoughts?
DC 13.
You automatically know the surface thoughts,
Yeah.
and then it makes a wisdom saving throw to push deeper.
And I'm gonna just say, "Two could play that game, asshole," and I'm gonna try and push deeper. But I do want to hear surface thoughts first.
Sure. Yeah. So surface thoughts are I really dislike being in this box. I need to get out of it. I need to do what I'm supposed to do, and I don't really care who I need to help in order to allow them to free me. The surface level thoughts, but that's his main desire, you guess. Here. So yeah, let me roll to see. It's a DC.
What if
13?
I take him out of the box and put him on Randolph?
I think we all want to see that, right? All of us want to see that, right? I think pretty
No,
sure
I
we're
really
all,
don't want
No.
Randolph to become the demon lord.
pretty sure we're all, yeah. All right.
So it's a DC 13. I'm guessing wisdom save. It doesn't say on my thing. I should type it in.
It is a wisdom save.
Okay. It is, if it's wisdom, then yeah, he saves with a 16.
Yeah, the fucking items have such low DCs. It's annoying. I have such a high spell DC, or higher at 17, and I'm just
Yeah.
so annoying. It's fine.
He would have failed, yeah.
Okay.
That then
I'm gonna
ends the
say,
spell, I believe.
I'm gonna be like, listen, buddy.
Yes, buddy.
God, you're very hard to like.
Sorry, is it my voice you don't like?
It's the intonation.
I
and-
could
and-
change it if you don't like
Yeah,
it.
change it to the Stone of Galore's voice.
Oh, come on, Andy. You had to see
How
this
are we
one.
doing? Where do you think your birth is? I'm the thing in the books.
I'm gonna stop talking to you right now if you don't quit it.
I'm sorry. Does this sound better?
For more of the Stone of Galore, go listen to our Waterdeep campaign in the Helpful Goat Presents podcast.
Terrifying.
Does this sound better?
Sure. So listen, I'm not a heartless gnome, mostly, but not fully. I do feel a bit bad for you that you're stuck in the box. But also, you've now tried to manipulate me twice to get you out of it. Why don't you just
I
tell me
apologize.
what your purpose is?
My purpose is to get out of the box, help anyone I can.
Yeah, what does the help mean?
I believe that when I am in this contraption, well, it's going to augment the abilities that you have deep inside.
Do I know if any of the party has identify?
I don't know if anyone's cast Identify in front of you, because I don't think anyone has it.
Okay. What should I call you, by the way?
What would you like to call me?
That's a weird response to it. You said that you were a guy, possibly a dwarf. I'm sure you had a name. What should I call you? If anybody says, what would you like to call me? I automatically don't trust them because they're not telling me information.
I get that. I get that. Sure. Could I... 1 second. One moment.
Like, is this the crowd saying it or Andy?
Andy.
I really want, like, as you have this mental connection, you just hear like hold music.
I was once called Cremwell. Very, very long ago. I suppose you could call me that.
All right, Cromwell, here's the thing.
Yes.
I think I am interested in
Oh,
helping you get out of the box if you can help us. However,
yes.
I can't make this decision by myself. It's not fair.
You know, I've met another gnome. He was.
Do you want a pat on the back or
No. I was in his backpack for a very long time. I don't like enclosed spaces. Can you truly get me out of this?
Yeah. Listen, I'm smarter than all the people that made you, okay? So
Oh, well, that is a relief because they were a bunch of dum-dums.
they were, and we killed them.
Indeed, indeed.
So here's the thing.
Make another wisdom saving throw.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm out of my stuff too, so.
Oh,
No,
What'd you roll?
it's a crit.
that's a
fail.
Rachel, what'd you roll? A crit fail?
I rolled a crit fail, Andy.
We'll be right back. We're all gonna go and manage our fluids and take a
Sorry,
break.
Clem doesn't know when to stop.
Do you have inspiration?
Do I? Let's see.
I know we haven't had it handed out in a while, so I'm not sure. Okay.
Indeed. I mean, you're gonna get it for all of this because this is wild. But until
Lena's so mad at me right now.
then, until then, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. Manage our fluids. You manage your fluids at home. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be right back.
See you in a minute.
See you in a minute. Welcome back, everyone. There are some moments as a DM where you really, really root for a nat 20 for your players so they can do something awesome and cool. And there are other times when you really kind of root for that crit miss. Well, I got to my wish.
You're welcome.
At the detriment of the world. Anyway, welcome back. We have managed our fluids. We are ready to get back.
It could be good.
It could be good. I can't wait. I can't wait to see. It's going to be great. Welcome everyone back. We are playing Fates of Ryn, and right before break, Clem was talking to an entity inside a box that's certainly intelligent. He named himself Cremwell or Cremwall, and however, maybe that was a lie, maybe that was the truth. And then seemingly it tried to take over Clem's mind, and Clem rolled poorly. But we'll come back to that. About what time do you go to bed, Burbage?
Now, Burbage shows up now to the room.
You're on your way. You head to the room. Hikari, were you heading back as well?
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
And then Stormbringer, were you probably going to stay at Aideen's, you think, you said?
No, I think Stormbringer's going to give Charity some privacy with Aideen and go check on Burbage and Hikari because she's worried about them.
I see. Okay. That's probably wise. Sure.
Are we metagaming?
No,
I think Burbage
we're good. We're good. So Stormbringer and Hikari are walking back. And Burbage, you get there first. And again, go away if there's more you'd like to be doing, feel free to jump in too. But also, it's getting really late, and everyone's getting really tired. And before anything horrible happens, it'd be good to go to bed, is what you think.
Yeah, Burbage wants to go to bed, but he does want to ask Clem, what is tomorrow? What are we preparing for specifically?
Yeah, that would be good to ask Clem. So, you, even the bar at this late hour has been winding down. The guards that were drinking has seemed to have had their fill. Everyone's kind of stumbling home. You're pretty sure you even see Missy in the crowd, still stumbling around, kind of making her way back to the mayor's estate.
Hey, Missy, I set your boyfriend's poetry into a contest for publication.
I'm sorry? What?
I set your boyfriend's poetry.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Well, whatever he is, I set you the lizard guy. What?
The who?
The lizard guy.
Good night, Master Burbage. Good night.
Oh, right. Good night. I did not send that lizard guy's poetry in for publication.
Good night.
Oh, right. Good night, Missy. That must have been the wrong Missy.
She stumbles over to the mayor's estate.
Burbage does not get along well with mayors, apparently.
Evidently not. And waiting in the lower tavern as
No, I want to do an insight check on Missy.
Okay.
This is very important.
Yeah.
No.
I think we're all delirious from lack of sleep.
It's only been a day.
Oh, it has?
Yeah, you slept last night.
We're not missing sleep yet.
I thought it was like 10 days or something.
No, Burbage is just delirious by default.
Yeah, Hikari and Burbage certainly have had
True.
a lot less sleep than the rest of everyone, but yeah. What was your insight? I'm sorry.
16.
All right. With a 16, you get the sense that Missy is upset. Even in her drunken state, you feel a seriousness wash over her very, very quickly. And that feels odd for the brief but poignant time that you've been with Missy. It just doesn't quite feel right.
Okay.
So
Burbage will-
something you said seems to have...
Sure. Yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
Burbage gazes after a bit and then keeps walking, and he says to himself, "Oh, must not be a fan of poetry."
And you see Hikari and Stormbringer walking up to the tavern then as well.
Hey guys, guess what? The mayor, Missy, she's not a fan of verse. I think she's more of a prose person, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what those words even mean.
All right, we should probably just go to bed then.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go, guys.
I'll sleep in the hallway, not because I don't trust you guys to keep yourself safe, and not because I don't trust you to not go gallivanting off into the forest again, but just because I like sleeping in hallways. So I'll just sleep right outside the door, if that's okay.
A gigantic blast of some sort of incredibly loud energy shatters glass that rains down on the three of you somewhere up above in the tavern. You just see almost like gigantic tendrils of kind of a purple energy whip out into the air, slowly then dissipate, and then it's silent.
I look up and say, well, guess I'm sleeping out here. And then I lay down where I am, curl into a ball, and wrap my cloak around me.
Message cantrip Charity. There's a situation. What is the range on this? Message cantrip Charity.
120 feet.
Tavern.
I was gonna say, speaking of things we've been fast and loose with,
I think you're a little out of range
Okay.
for this. You could run not far and
However,
contact him, but
could Charity, sitting in Aideen's with it, like the town being relatively quiet, hear the explosion?
yes.
So I picture that this has gone on, like they've been walking somewhat slowly, like Aideen has probably put like a blanket over Charity as he's just like sitting there, like almost frantically writing things out and sketching plans. There's an explosion. You're gonna see Charity stop. All of them have left, haven't they?
Burbage's running up there.
It's through.
There's no chance that wasn't connected to them.
No
Oh,
chance.
okay.
I
Let's go
apologize.
take a look.
All right.
Clue?
She quickly grabs the bow from above the door and already has a quiver on it and out the door. Burbage, you rush upstairs?
Yeah.
If Burbage is rushing upstairs, Stormbringer is rushing up with him and
Okay.
is ready to throw her body in front of anything that tries to hurt him.
Okay. So the two of you rush upstairs. The hallway is sort of still glowing a faint purple light. And the door that's like 2 or 3 down that is supposed to be like Burbage, Hikari, and Clem's room is completely gone. There is a doorknob embedded in the wood in the wall across the hall.
Oh my god, it was a bomb.
Did somebody try to blow us up? And the only reason we're okay is because we went to bed really late?
Where's Clem?
Oh, fuck.
Burbage is good. So there's no. So like, is this like in Mars Attacks where there's like a whole side of the building that's missing?
Not quite. No.
Okay.
Just from this angle down the hall, just the door is gone entirely, and the splinters on the floor and the doorknob in the thing. Yeah.
Burbage is running over and looking inside the room.
All right, give me a dexterity
Someone is
saving throw.
following.
And Clem is there,
Both of
fine, and
you.
everything's fine.
So you
Dexterity
want
saving throws.
Is this an effect I can
dexterity-
see?
Yes, it's purple.
Okay, then I think
Purple.
I'm sorry. Is this an effect I can see? Yes, it's purple. The color purple has turned on you.
I got a 21.
Huh.
Okay.
I would get advantage.
You also nat 20'd it.
But I nat 20'd, so I don't need to do it.
You don't, yeah. All right, so the both of you feel the ground beneath you shift just a little bit, almost as if the wood planks are floating almost. The purple
Know a
underneath.
little bit about things, right? Because she had the schematics. So, no. Okay, sorry.
So what?
Continue, Andy.
I mean, yes, you maybe you're fully aware of what's going on if you're still alive. And the purple sort of small tendrils kind of lash up and grab onto your ankles and onto your shoes as you're trying to make your way. It slows you down just a tiny bit, but while it looks like it's trying to climb and creep up you, you're dodging out of the way very quickly. And with light step through the hallway, you reach the room and you see Clem sitting in the middle of the room, the furniture entirely destroyed, and there's almost a bubble around her, and it's kind of waving like an actual bubble, like a soap bubble almost. And she's sitting there, eyes down, maybe a little bit of smoke coming from the eyes, steam maybe. It's hard to tell.
Clem,
I'm
what did
drawing my
you do?
glaive and I'm raging on.
Okay,
Rage
you're
on.
raging.
Burbage is Clem. I was gonna sleep in here. What did you do to the beds?
Clem doesn't
Hey,
answer.
stay behind me, Burbage. I don't think Clem's eyes usually smoke. I could be wrong. Maybe we just didn't notice, but this doesn't look. I don't know. Just stay behind me.
All right, fine, but I'm gonna peek around.
I'm gonna reach out and try to poke her with my glaive, like not hurt her, just like prod her and see what's going on.
So poke the bubble, and then
Well, I'm trying to poke through the bubble to poke her, yeah.
poke through the bubble. As the bubble pops, Clem's head shoots up, stares at you. Now the eyes pulse purple. Now
That's not normal,
definitely
right?
there's smoke and steam coming from the eyes. And Clem just kind of very quickly reaches a hand up. Almost, you think at first to grab the glaive that you're kind of moving into poker with. But instead, does a 28 hit your armor class?
Yes, Andy.
You guys are high levels. I gotta check.
Health tank, not armor tank.
Gotcha.
Even Ocean doesn't have that kind of armor class.
Fair. As what looks to be a withered purple hand has much larger than a normal person's hand, especially much larger than Clem's, shoots out from Clem, grabs you around the throat, and you take 22 points of necrotic damage, and 12 points of bludgeoning, which you would get down to half of 6.
Can you ping the map so I can find my token? I don't know where it
Sure,
is. and it's
sure.
easier to do the
Yeah.
subtraction that way.
Andy,
Yeah.
do I ever get to save again against it?
This is
Maybe.
you now, Clem.
Yeah.
Hey, you
I
were
just-
wondering how you were going to catch up with us in levels? Here it is. Your
Oh,
CR
yeah.
is now equivalent to our level.
Just if you wanted to let me save again
Thank you.
sometime.
You
it's
crit
fine.
failed. You have not a leg to stand on.
Just if you wanted.
But you
yes,
do have
I'll be
an
fine.
extra large withered purple hand to stand on.
There you go. Yay.
All right.
Are we in the initiative?
Not exactly. And Clem just reached up and grabbed you, and that hand is kind of around your throat. And then it disappears. Clem, you blink a couple times, and you see your friends standing in front of you, looking a bit terrified. You start to look around, and you see the room has been completely destroyed. You have no idea what's going on.
Is the crown on my head?
No, no crowner. You're not wearing anything different.
Do I forget that the crown existed?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, last you remember you were talking with him and seeming to get along pretty well with him.
Clem, you just tried to choke me with a purple hand, and you were in like a soap bubble, and I think you blew this place up, and
Yeah,
your
just
eyes were
hold on
glowing.
1 minute, and I'm gonna look around and see if I can find. Is the box anywhere?
Give me a perception or investigation check.
24.
24. With a 24 perception or investigation. I'm sorry.
Investigation.
As you're rooting through things and you're sort of flinging debris kind of over past the shoulder of Stormbringer even, you feel very confident that this giant heavy box should be here and is not.
So there is no box?
There is no box.
I'm very carefully staying in between Clem and Burbage while Clem is searching.
So, do you... You know that I'm a really curious person, right? We know that. We all know that. It's part of my
I don't
lovable
know.
charm.
You like collecting dead things? Is that curiosity?
Yeah,
I mean, that's part of it.
I don't know if it's charming, but it's curious.
Fair. So, remember how we had the big box that had the crown
Yeah.
in it?
Yeah, I
don't-
remember a box.
I vaguely remember that. Can you refresh me on where that came from?
Yeah, it was where we rescued you from. They wanted me to work on it. It was a weapon that they were going to be utilizing against us.
Right. I don't think I was there for that. Oh wait, yeah.
No.
Wait, was it?
You were
No.
just being rescued at that point, I think.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, so I thought that maybe I could investigate it some and figure out what they were trying to do. And I think I failed.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. With the puzzle
Did-
box back in the Goliath camp, remember that? Although, well, come to think of it, I didn't fail. I succeeded. So I guess in the great competition between Burbage and Clem, we can chalk one up for Burbage.
A purple hand shoots
Failure
out of
is how
Clem's
you
chest.
learn things, Burbage, and you would know that if you ever tried to learn anything.
Sorry, what would I know? Could you repeat that?
Failure is how you learn things.
Oh. Actually, yeah, I guess you're right. So, what have you learned from blowing up our room and my
Missy's gonna be
bed?
mad.
What? Can you repeat
Missy's
that?
gonna be mad. Missy's gonna be really pissed off. And also, you tried to choke me, Clem, and I'm not sure you're normal yet. Hopefully, Charity's
I'm not
on the
sure
way.
I've ever
I
been
tried to
normal.
message him.
Yeah, I don't remember trying to choke you. That was one of those things that happened when I wasn't me.
And about this time, a giant spectral horse emerges out of nowhere with Charity on its back in the middle of the room.
Charity, Clem blew up the tavern and tried to choke me, and her eyes were smoking and glowing, and it wasn't her hand that tried to choke me, it was a different hand that she tried to choke me with, and she said that she failed at something with a box.
Charity, I tried to talk to the crown and figure it out, and I failed.
Just as a quick check-in, this would be the crown that was in the box with the schematic of the very, very evil, bad people.
I was trying to figure it out because I wanted to know what they were going to use against us.
I just wanted to make sure. When you say you were trying to talk to it, does this hereby imply that it was trying to talk to you at some point?
Oh, it's been trying to talk to me for a little while. But I told it had to wait.
Until tonight.
Well, after the dragon attack, I just thought it would be good to maybe know something about it. And I studied the schematics, and I learned that Not a whole lot, really. Actually, it's a stone. It's a stone of a guy.
So much for learning from failure, Clem.
Burbage not now.
hell is going on here?
Oh, good.
And you see the old woman Pelatoth now kind of lumbering down the hallway toward this room. Burbage, you're kind of in the hallway door at this point. You see Pelatoth waddling toward you guys.
Hey, Pelatoth, it's been a hell of a... Jesus, 45 minutes? So, look, we're gonna do this...
Pelatoth, we got this. Go back to bed. It's all right.
Sure.
No!
Yeah, well, oh, no, we want Pelatoth?
Yeah, well, maybe just a quick conversation. Do you have something comfortable to sit on that's obviously not from this room? Because...
I'll bring a chair.
No, Pelatoth, you make it. I'll go get a chair. I'll go and I'll... Burbage,
Thank you.
Burbage, breaks into one of the other rooms to get a chair.
We have
Give me a-
3 rooms reserved.
Give me a thieves' tools roll.
He's a thief.
While this is happening and people aren't paying attention, or not paying attention to Clem, but aren't actively interacting with her, I'm going to be continually looking around the room for box or crown or any hint of where it could have gone or what it could have done.
Just
I mean,
Stormbringer is probably not taking her eyes off of Clem.
Yeah.
Except to make sure that she's in between Clem and everybody else.
I just meant that
You
nobody was
also see-
interacting with me.
You see Clem rummaging through looking for something.
I will also say that Charity and Aideen probably popped into existence on the back of the horse, and since Aideen started as my player character, I very much doubt that the arrow has been unknocked at any point, and is probably generally in Clem's direction.
And yes, sure. Yeah. What'd you roll?
14 perception.
So I rolled a 25 thieves tools.
All right, yeah. Quickly, you just unlock a door, get into the room. It's dark, but you see a comfy chair pretty close to the door, and you hear a voice. What's happening? What?
Housekeeping. Chair emergency.
What's all the noise, though?
Oh, explosion. Go back to bed. It's all right.
Explosion?
Yeah, but this is irrelevant. You've got your own storyline going on, probably your own campaign.
Yeah, I mean, I'm level 6.
Yeah, all right. I'm just an NPC in your campaign. That's weird to think about, isn't it?
It is weird to think about. Well, good night, jerk. And you drag the chair out of the room.
Wow.
And close the door.
Close it. I lock the door again. Hey, all right, I'm back, Pelatoth. Here's a comfortable chair for you.
Thank you. Now what happened?
So Charity's going to sort of be sitting there tapping the cleaner like horn stump, the one that he had Stormbringer cut off.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do this in chronological order and try to be relatively quick. You and Avery came over this way.
Yeah.
Burbage and Hikari, both drunk. Where is Hikari, by the way?
Hikari stumbles in
No,
right
okay.
at this moment, and there's like
Cool. Good.
like leaves in my hair.
You're dragging your cloak.
Like I'm dragging my like cloak, and I'm just look really tired, and I go wherever there is into the corner and kind of like lay down.
Curl up.
Okay, good. That's accounted for. So they went to retrieve the dragon slaying spear from the forest.
It's far
Burbage
too
is-
big.
Yes.
Burbage is nodding like, aren't you proud of us?
Yes, much too big. It turns out you had mentioned Zulaments, I think.
I heard him.
Yeah, he came to finish a job.
I tried to help. I tried to revert back, but
It's fine. We beat
Not
the shit out of
well.
him. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
So
good.
the spear is now sort of at the walls where the guards can watch it. We'll figure out if I can get that in like a to-go bag for you or something, because probably we're going to want to be able to use that. So let's see. That was minutes 0 through 12. Then, my entire, sort of tortured past, etc., I kind of figured maybe it would be best if I had some of that edge from planning. So minutes 12 through 20 were mostly concerned with getting that back. For some reason, that caused Akari to pass out. No one's really mentioned to me why that happened. I know a lot of shit now. I was a very, very bad person, but meticulously organized. I have some plans. Meeting in the morning. Remember, that's what we have tomorrow. We have the meeting in the morning.
Yes.
Um,
The bomb came early, though.
Nope. Pretty sure that's
Wait.
different.
Is that what we're doing tomorrow? A meeting? We're supposed to prepare for a meeting?
Yeah,
Are there action items?
strategy meeting with the town. I don't think you
Do I
have
have
any
an-
prep items.
Okay, all right, good.
Maybe
Thank you.
snacks.
Oh yeah, all right. I can take care of snacks.
What happened?
So this one, from what I've had related, remember how? No, you don't remember how we had a box, probably containing something evil, that the Gaholnians, those are the racists, they were working on. Turns out that Clem here was able to talk to it. I'm assuming that it did something, Clem, and the room exploded.
Well, so I had a conversation with it. I read the schematics. I didn't take it out of the box. I really tried to just figure it out. And then everything is dark. And then you were here. So
Sure.
if we could just is there I don't the box seems to have disappeared somehow. And I feel partially responsible. So I just
So
I
Charity's going to go, so based on my experience with these, I'm going to say it's a pretty standard mind control resulting in some sort of explosion of power. It's happened to me at least twice.
Didn't that happen to Vimeris too? With Vimeris' sword? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, the murder sword. And also, which one was it? Was it Vimeris or was it you that tried to eat the Doom Lily? That didn't go great.
I
That
tried
was
to eat the
verbiage.
Doom Lily, but the Doom Lily wasn't talking to me or telling me to do it. I just did that because I thought it was clever.
When Vimeris talked to the Doom Lily is when a lot of shit happened too.
Right. Yeah, no, that's right. The mind link, talk to plants with the thing that's named a Doom Lily. That went great. So honestly, Clem, welcome to the family. Pelotov, I'm so sorry.
I would kill her and be done with it if it were up to me.
Yeah, we're a little less hard-edged than you are generally.
Fair. That's all
you
my advice.
basically almost fucking died before you showed up here. Who are you to fucking talk? Not only did you almost die, but you brought an ancient blue dragon onto this town with your negligence. So who should be killed here? I don't even know you.
I'm not the one possessed
Neither
by a
am I.
talking thing.
I mean, Clem, you might be possessed.
That's
but-
reasonable, but also your friend is a dick.
Yeah,
Your
we're
friend,
not
brought
killing.
your friend brought an ancient dragon down on us, which we chased away while they healed over here by themselves, and then they have the gall to act like...
Yeah, we're not killing anybody tonight. Worst we're doing is beating you into unconsciousness, okay? Deal?
No.
Oh. Why?
Because you don't need to beat me into unconsciousness. That's not what you do with friends.
I mean, I think it is.
I could just go.
Can I
I could just go
can
back
I-
to the woods. I'm here at the behest of you guys to help you save
Can
the
I
world.
put you in a bag?
No.
Burbage lets me put him in bags.
Yeah,
Wake me up
Burbage
if
doesn't
you-
have a whole lot of self-respect.
Well, we talked about this, Clem. We talked about this, and maybe like Clementine purse.
They're going to be going for a while.
If you need me to eat someone, let me know. Until then,
I'll see you in the morning.
I will rest. Good luck, little one. Obviously, you are all incredibly courageous, but perhaps it takes more than courage now. Good night.
Apparently, it takes a murderous heart.
Charity's just gonna sort of look out at the tableau of this blasted room. Hikari curled up in the corner under a cloak blanket. Burbage still sort of behind Stormy, just like. All right, how many rooms did Missy give us? 2? All right. You all go to sleep in that room. I'm gonna go back to Aidene's and wait the second package, which is hopefully not a bomb.
Another bomb. Also, shouldn't you do something? You and Hikari should do something about Clem. Like, at least check her out. You haven't even checked her out. Is she normal now?
Wait a
A
minute.
purple
wait.
hand shot out of her chest and tried to choke me.
I saw the purple hand, and I'll remind you that as of late, I've been exploring parallel versions of myself that took the arcane trickster route. So, I will do a little moment here where I check to see what's going on with Clem. I have the information, I saw the arm, and I will try to determine if this is something I've seen before, or that I might have some insight into the magical effects of this item
Okay.
that Clem was investigating.
But you can't get close to her.
No, I'll
You have to do that from over here.
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't have to get close. It's fine.
Good.
My Arcana check sounds. I rolled a 19. Is Clem possessed?
19's pretty good. You don't see any outward manifestation of anything like this. You saw the purple extending from Clem, which is certainly not normal. Possession. You don't feel that this is about possession.
Charity's gonna sort of brush himself off. Do you mind if I check you out, make sure there's no lasting harm, physical symptoms, etc.? I'm not advocating for killing you.
You also can't get close to her.
You're gonna have to trust me sometime. You can't have them check me out and then have them not get close to me.
Why? They have eyes.
I'm a doctor.
That's not how
it's fine.
eyes.
I mean, that is how eyes work, but so Charity
You
would
can't
like.
look into my being from far away.
I can't look into your being from close up, so...
So Charity would like to do a medicine check on Clem. Do an
From at least 12 feet away.
not that. An Arcana check on the description of that effect, which I will say I am necromancy attuned, so if it was a necromantic effect, I have advantage from my time in the Shadowfell. And then a third thing, which we will get to possibly depending on the results of these.
Fair. Hit me.
And guidancing myself the whole way
Nice.
through. So medicine is a 17.
Yeah. Other than honestly, Clem being incredibly unscathed from the destruction of this room, there's not a lot weird medically and physically going on here. You do notice in the iris on her left eye, just a little pulsing purple every once in a while.
Cool, neat, good. Arcana check, which I guess I would then expand to include that as well as the sort of the descriptions of the spell. I always roll 2 dice, or no, I don't, because it's set like that. So, does this have advantage from being
I'll say
necromancy
yes.
domain? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's call that a 27.
27. It feels all of a sudden like Clem has been experiencing powers that you've never seen before, that Clem blacked out, that there was some sort of intelligent thing in there. You're starting to put together some of the pieces here of it feels like maybe not possessed in that Clem is in control, under the control of something else. Clem seems to generally have their faculties, but perhaps something is sharing Clem.
She's got magical worms, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
She has magical hookworm.
Gross.
Yeah. She's got a magical tapeworm.
It's
need
like
to give
that
her-
episode of another Futurama reference where Fry is filled with worms. And
Yeah.
they make him really smart.
You're going to see Charity sort of has like, I do literally picture him still having the equivalent of like a doctor's notepad from his time as a physician. And he's sort of like,
Fair.
okay. Okay. One last check. Gonna quickly look up at the ceiling, which seems odd, until there's an angel in front of you.
Lovely.
So I'm going to polymorph into an angel. Do I see anything with my true sight?
As that happens, Clem, you get a searing pain, like in the back of your head. It just, it's hard to concentrate all of a sudden.
Ah, son of a bitch!
You see kind of a slight ghostly outline of Clem in purple, mostly covering the head and shoulders area. There's just a weird aura slightly emanating that seems to be there in actuality, and that's why you can see it with true sight. It doesn't seem to be just like a magical effect.
Yeah, so it isn't like an illusion or just an overlay. It's
Right.
It's very, very subtle, but it is actually there. Do I feel like it is a separate thing?
I mean, other than you've never seen or heard of Clem doing anything like this before, it does feel separate to Clem. Yes.
But do I feel like it is an entity?
Its own entity.
Yeah.
Give me an insight check in all of this.
Shouldn't have had advantage. 18.
18. It does appear that maybe someone is sharing Clem from all the pieces you're putting together here. Though Clem is also pretty normal right now as well.
Aside from the searing pain that I assume is making Clem bodily react, but maybe not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I yelled out "son of a bitch" and grabbed
Okay.
my head. That was, yeah.
Charity's gonna sort of, in angelic form, like, pad around for the writing pad, which he let drop, and sort of scroll out, magical parasite?
Clem is going to try and back up from where you are some, too, just to make some distance, to see if it helps the pain.
Does actually a little.
And like mostly head and shoulders. He's showing this incidentally to Stormbringer. And then he'll turn it around to Clem. Like he won't get closer if she's backed away, but close enough that she can see magical parasite ? Seems like it's mostly on her head and shoulders. And he's gonna turn back, write something, and show Stormbringer. It just says, I'm going to try something. And you're just gonna see giant angelic Charity sort of prick his neck, try to focus as much as he can on the separate sort of shroud of light. And assuming that thing understands language, in every language that has ever existed, it will hear the word separate as I cast command.
Okay. Is that a wisdom save?
Yes.
It is, yeah. 19?
Passes.
Okay. Okay.
You're going to see the massive...
You did feel that it latched on to another sort of intellect
So that
other than Clem.
So that there was something that I was able to target.
Yes.
Sort of giant quadrifimic angel is just sort of...
I could try. Oh wait, message cantrip charity. I could try. You know, a little bit of the. I heft my glaive a little.
You're just gonna see the angel's eyebrow raise.
I'm gonna mouse at the angel. Non-lethal.
Okay.
Clem is looking a bit cornered and uncomfortable with everything that is going on. And is going to just kind of, as she backs up. Sorry, I'm looking this up really quickly to see
Secret.
I'm trying to read this thing to see if it does what I want it to do.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
You're good.
Oh, wait, no, it's not going to do what I want it to do. That takes 10 minutes. So, you know. But you're going to see Clem look very much cornered. And just
Out
not
from
like I'm
Clem's
still
pack,
I'm
Randolph's head sort of pops out.
I'm still myself. Like, I'm not like, I don't look like I'm like, you know, free, but I feel uncomfortable with all of the attention. And after you imply that you want to attack me,
I don't know if you picked that up. I was message cantripping and
yeah, but you
whispering.
poked it. Didn't you like indicate with your glaive?
No, I mean I just like lifted it up a little. I don't know. I feel like that requires some sort of check.
You could roll an insight if you want to try to read that from
Sure.
Stormbringer. Yeah.
But also, you know, I am also uncomfortable with the angel and how it made me feel. And,
Definitely, 100%. Yeah.
14.
Why don't you make a sleight of hand or a deception check, Stormbringer?
Oh, it's only an 11.
Okay, so I think you can sort of get the sense that your friends are, at least in a nice way. I don't think you read malice in Stormbringer. I think you read deep concern, and they're willing to to go violent if need be.
I think you also probably would read care and concern, and
yeah,
Stormbringer has one main avenue of solutions to a threat.
Well, I was gonna say, like you're saying, we would see you feeling cornered and uncomfortable. Burbage peeking around Stormbringer might offer, you know, Clem, we're really just trying to help, and if it helps you, sort of, on your end, to be okay with it, just think about, like, you're trying to understand yourself. Like, make yourself the experiment. Something is going on with you, and we all, including you, are trying to understand and investigate it.
Clem, that's bullshit. You know you just can't help it. You get this sudden wave, like you get flush all of a sudden. Like what he's saying is just bullshit. Like you know you better than anyone.
Not possessed.
I've only known you
this-
guys for this period of time, and you've all been nice to me until now. I make one mistake, and now she wants to destroy me with her glaive, and he turns into angel form, and it hurts me. And now you're lying to me.
I will say, if Clem is still conscious in any way, at the he turns into an angel and it hurts me, Charity will move back a couple of steps, and like the
Sure.
angel's face is obviously concerned.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah.
I get
again,
what you're all trying to do, but I think what I need is I just need some space. I just need you're too much right now, and I just need some space. And I am going to cast on myself Luke's Resilient Sphere.
Okay.
What does that do?
It basically, it's like nothing can go in or out of it, right? It's like no
Certain
physical
things.
objects, energy, or other spell effects can pass through the barrier, in or out. It is immune to all damage.
So I think organic.
I can't be
material,
damaged by
right,
what?
can go through. I think organic material can go.
No
through. Is that
physical
it?
objects.
No physical. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, no physical objects, energy, or other spell effects. I can breathe. I cannot be damaged by attacks or effects originating from outside. But I also can't do anything to you outside of it. It's a
Sure.
protective thing. And I am going to cast Luke's Resilient Sphere on myself. And I am going to just say, I just need some space! And I'm going to just try and run and out from wherever I exploded and to see if I can go into the woods.
I'm not letting.
Of course not, but I'm
run
gonna fucking
anywhere.
try.
I'm tackling and grappling this little creature.
You hold on to the bubble for a second, and of the sphere, and you're not quite letting it go outside of your reach. If you're trying to contest, you can give me contesting strength. That'd be fine.
It's been more than a minute since we came in this room, like way more, right?
Oh yeah, and you've not been. Yeah.
Well, I think I have the rage. No, do I have
So-
the?
I also just have
Yeah,
to point out
no,
for this, because of Odaluke's sphere, she can't walk. She can literally
is that the one that-
Hamster ball.
She can only hamster ball it at half her speed. And it does
Fair,
specify
fair.
the globe can be freely like picked up and moved.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
just an
Okay.
object just big enough to contain the thing inside it. So it's
She's
like
trying to
a backpack to Stormbringer.
So,
So-
can I at least try to like
Yeah.
dexterity save to not have Stormbringer catch me right away?
I just wanted to make sure for the speed reduction was kind of
Yeah,
important
yeah.
in terms of how far you get to the woods.
Yeah. You can make a dexterity check, not a save, to try to do it.
While this is-
Against what was the strength?
Is it-
Stormbringer?
Just flat strength, or is it like athletics?
You're kind of grappling, so let's say athletics.
16.
19 dex.
She's very quick. You're not able to get out of the room. However, you are able to sort of give Stormbringer a bit of a chase.
Okay,
She's not
so-
quite able to because it's kind of big still. It's hard to
Listen, I've
grasp.
literally
I'm
never
just gonna
asked
block the doorway.
anything. I'm not going for the doorway. I was going for wherever I exploded out, if it was possible. Like if there was like a
Oh, is
wall
there like
exploded
are
out.
there gaps now?
But I didn't know if
There's
there
a-
was like a wall.
The
that was
window
exploded.
area is
Okay.
gone, but you'd have to
Okay,
leap.
so
Clem
never
is
mind. But I'm
literally-
just chasing Clem around in her
Clem is
hamster ball.
literally going to be yelling, like, "I've helped so much, and I have not asked you for anything. I just need space."
Clem, we're not trying to hurt you, but we can't give you
Trying to
space.
hurt me.
No, I mean not really, not lethal hurt.
You already hurt me, and then you hefted your glaive at me.
I didn't have my glaive at you, Clem. We're just trying to make sure that you don't hurt yourself or anybody else, so you can't go because you're on a wellness check right now, but we'll let you sit in the corner by yourself if that makes you feel better.
While this is going on, Andy, I do have a question that Charity would be pondering.
Yes.
with my Arcana checks, with everything that I've seen of it, what type of entity do I think this is?
You got a sense that there's something strongly necromantic about it. Maybe a type of undead is your best guess.
Charity's gonna hold up a hand. As an angel, not towards you, just like in the way that in a 10-foot tall angelic form, in the way that Charity does to try to get attention, and is gonna write out, I understand you want space. I think I have a way of getting you that if you'll let me help. I won't get closer to you than 10 feet.
Can we just sleep? What if we just slept?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Everybody go to sleep.
Just don't touch me in my sleep, please.
Charity's gonna write, actually, I kind of wanted to try this before the sleeping part.
But what if, hear me out, what if, I'm still in my ball. If it's been a minute, my ball will pop. It's only lasts a minute.
Yeah, not quite, yeah.
What if it's not really evil? I mean, well, it is kind of shitty that it took over me without my permission. So that is evil, and it is shitty that it, but here's the thing is I don't remember attacking Stormbringer. So maybe it just felt cornered as well, and it did it, and then that's when it poofed away because it felt bad after it did it because it was kind of like a cornered animal. But the thing is right now, I feel really powerful.
You also seem like you feel really paranoid and like you're having a bit of a mental break. So maybe
you wanted
powerful
to hit me.
Is it worth it? I want to hit lots of
God
things.
that's coming down here. Yeah, I think it's worth it.
Hey, is this what it's like listening to me more?
Wait, what did you just say, Clem?
The angel's going to nod.
No, what did Clem just say?
Are we going to fight a god? Isn't that like part of like why? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of how you convinced her to come. Is that like
the mountain retreat was not going to help.
And I'm going to say, how dare you? Never compare yourself to me again.
Me?
But so hear me out. What if there is something going on? I don't know. But what if
There clearly is.
Sure. But what if we can utilize it? Because I'm telling you, I am powerful right now. And power is something that we're lacking that we definitely need.
Okay,
Charity is just going to...
you. I'm very powerful.
You are, but this is a different kind of power. I'm not saying that my muscles are big. Look at this. I'm saying I can create a sphere like this suddenly.
Could you not do this before?
No!
The beatifically perfect face of this angel is just going to raise a skeptical eyebrow. But again, just this perfect angelic being. So it's like if something in the Sistine Chapel was just looking at you like, really? Really?
Oh, really? Well, maybe Clem has a
We could
point.
harness this.
If we could befriend a demonic fire horse, maybe we can befriend a purple necrotic undead.
Look, he's talking sense.
Wait, but the fire horse didn't possess anybody without their consent, and the fire horse isn't a dangerous weapon that they would try to get Clem to finish.
We just need to work with it a little, get it to understand.
If a fox ran into a chicken house, would you... I'm sure I was about to make some kind of point.
What?
If I finished
now
the
I'm
analogy...
really questioning my moral stance.
I'd make
Burbage
the
is the
fox
one that's on
leave.
my side. Oh my god. But he's right.
Listen,
He's right.
all right, hold on. Purple undead thing.
Tell us your name.
What was the name again? I forgot.
Cremwell.
Cremwell? Is Cremwell.
I wasn't talking to you,
asked him.
Clem. I wasn't talking to you. I want to talk to him. Purple
Whoa,
undead
why
thing.
you just decided it's a him?
Well, wasn't Clem referring to it as a him?
Okay, fine.
Which, to be fair, he didn't tell me that. I just also assumed that because I just did.
I don't mind if you tell him my name. You hear
Do
that in
we
your
hear
head.
that? No.
Oh, now you're talking to me again?
But we hear that.
Why'd you attack my friend?
Like you said, I was cornered.
I think you're full of shit.
Do you, though?
Sometimes. Maybe.
I also know what you are thinking, remember?
Yeah, but I didn't invite you here. This is really rude. I mean,
Well-
I appreciate what you're giving me, but
I don't think I asked for an invitation. I
Yeah,
do
but that's not
appreciate
cool.
it, though. All of you are just hearing this argument Clem is starting to have with
Clem
no
is
one.
saying that out loud.
Mhm.
I mean, the things Clem is saying right now do make it seem like this guy's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
His name's Cremwell?
Wall.
I guess.
Cremwell?
Kremwall.
Well, at the very least, rest assured, everybody, if we can't solve this situation, I have the perfect name, Clemwall. So that's a backup plan, at least. Is a pun.
I hate him the most.
Right? Isn't he the worst?
Hey, what? What did
Yeah.
what did he say?
Listen, just tell them that we need a good night's sleep and that everything will be
Yeah, but
sorted.
you don't get to tell me what to say. We
I'm
don't have
just-
that kind of relationship.
I'm trying to de-escalate the situation.
Are you?
Yes.
You grabbed my friend with a weird withered hand and you hurt her.
Yes.
Also, why does it hurt me when he comes near me?
Well, we don't like him.
That's false.
We do like him. We don't like what he is.
I don't like what you are. Can I
Tough.
neuter you somehow?
Tough titties.
Did
Speaking
you
of
say?
titties, do you have balls that I can like squeeze?
Metaphysical, yes.
Can I ask for some clarification about something?
Yes.
This thing has a fundamental kind of essential aversion to the very nature of what charity is. And yet it still hates Burbage the worst.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Clarification, yeah.
Thanks.
And also to clarify one other point, just
Yeah.
to make sure for this. Clem didn't experience the pain or have the aversion when it was charity. It's charity's angelic form.
Indeed.
Okay, because like I got closer to her when I was doing the medical exam as just
Yeah.
normal charity, and I was just making sure.
Also good.
Oh, yeah, can I neuter you somehow? Can I make it so that I keep the power, but you aren't you?
Sure. Just say the word.
Okay, the word.
See you later.
I don't believe you. You're right fucking there. I can feel it.
Silence.
I walk closer to Charity. Do I still feel pain?
Just a bit of a headache growing.
You lying sack of shit.
The angel's gonna like point towards itself.
No, not you. I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if you could tell, but I was just having a conversation.
Yeah, we could tell.
And, well, apparently, fundamentally, whatever this is, this Cremwall, fundamentally doesn't like what charity is right now.
That seems bad, right?
You're
Like,
right, it
generally
does.
people like
I said,
angels.
so if you were eavesdropping in on my conversation, I think maybe we could find a way to neuter it. I could choose better words, but those are the words that came to my mind, so that's what I'm saying.
This seems
The angel's eyes are like, ooh.
But if we could just maybe, like snip its power some so that it's disconnected, but I can still keep all of the really cool powers so that I can be useful.
It seemed like Charity had an idea for that.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. He started talking to me, and it's really hard to pay attention to other
No.
people when somebody's talking in your head.
It's okay, Clem. This is all very useful information. Almost as if you are studying yourself. And
He hates you
developing-
the most.
Okay, well. All right.
Giant angelic hand is going to come down and just sort of pat Burbage on the shoulder lightly.
Sorry. Rachel feels like such a dick.
By the way, for players, I've made Rachel act a lot of
Yeah,
like
I was aware.
I figured.
Okay, good. They're not being difficult on purpose.
Andy's been sending me a lot of DMs.
Yeah, I figured.
Charity's going to sort of like write down, I think I can separate it from you. I don't know what that does in the long run, but do we have a bottle for it?
I mean, I have a lot of bottles and vials and things. I could just empty out some old sludge.
Beatific perfect face of distaste. If you'll let him, if you've like emptied out a bottle or something else, Charity is going to attempt as an angel to cast Magic Circle reversed, trapping what is inside, and the thing it is blocking and preventing from leaving are undead.
Okay.
And once that's completed, which is a casting time of 1 minute, Charity will sort of pop up a note. Try to walk out.
You want me to try to walk out?
Apologies in advance if this goes differently than I think it will.
Andy, is this something that I am able to do?
Do you try? Yeah.
I think that Clem is going to look at everyone and just be like, are you sure we shouldn't have me keep this power?
She's just gonna write, maybe we can still work that out, but at least it won't be, magical hookworm.
Yeah, no, I really hate that this asshole is up inside my bits without asking. My brain bits.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like as the angel like recoils from this sentence, that like its magical blade just kind of appears in its hand and is like hovering there. He's not actually holding it. It's just like, oh come on, we need to kill this thing with that description.
Do you try to walk out of the circle?
And I will.
All right. So you kind of put your hand out. It seems to pass through. Kind of stick your foot over the line. So far, so good. And then dunk. You just like your forehead just hits like a brick wall. It's not able to
Yeah, I don't think I can.
move past it.
Not for lack of trying.
Charity's going to hold up a hand and like gesture for you to like walk towards him, but like quickly flash a 3 count and then put his fingers back up for 3. So just trying to pantomime the on the count of 3 towards me. And at the end of the countdown, I'd like to cast Command and Separate again.
Okay. This is a good roll. So let me roll this and then in front of everyone and then add to it. That's a 17 for wisdom.
If it meets, it beats.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, it's like his. It's like his stat.
So at the one, you sort of bonk, and you're gonna see Charity,
Ow.
and then once again put up 3 fingers. And I have one more cast of command.
Okay. Plus, that's only a 15.
So in every language ever to have existed, here's separate.
You hear kind of you hear a yelling in your head, Clem. You hear sort of a screeching, and then just this guttural, hate-filled voice. If I could have separated, I would have. I can't tell your friend that.
Yeah, so he sounds really angry, and apparently,
Her eyes are glowing purple at this point. For everyone else.
apparently, he can't separate. Apparently, he wants to as well. I think now that might have been the explosion, was a trying to separate and a failure. Hey, we've all failed here tonight.
What did it learn from failing?
What did it learn from him?
Yeah, Clem, what did it learn from failing?
What did you learn from failing, Gremwall?
Silence.
He's not telling me shit.
Charity's gonna pop back into being Charity. And sort of as he's doing it, is somewhat sheepishly scratching the back of the head. So, that circle's gonna last for an hour? And apparently it didn't work. But I can give you, blankets, anything else.
Yeah, just maybe a pillow would be great. But
sorry.
So it seems like even though it seems like he's stuck in here somehow.
Did he trade a box prison for a meat prison?
Yeah, what a loser. So maybe if we can figure out a way to not just have him control me, but we can control him, we could use this to our advantage.
Yeah.
I just don't know how yet. Do we know anybody who's really smart in these magical ways?
First fucking name that comes to mind is Poneway.
Oh, we're going there anyways. Someday.
As you ask that question, you're gonna see Charity. Yeah.
Is it somebody who will help us?
He'll do something that seems like help.
So what do we want to do? I don't know that we can get rid of this asshole. But like I said, I'm a lot more powerful.
It's...
Could I just try hitting you? Gently. I wouldn't... It would hurt, but not like permanently hurt, right, Clem? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it would just be just a bit of hitting to see if I can knock it out of you, because I don't know how else to solve this.
I don't think that's really going to be a solution.
Well, wait a minute, Clem. Why don't you just ask him what's keeping him there?
Oh yeah, I guess maybe communication is a better first step than hitting.
Yes.
I think that's kind of what I'm supposed to be learning.
So you tried to separate from me, but now you're trapped in this meat prison. Why?
Oh, are we talking again?
I mean, you're the one who just snapped at me last, so...
Is he being sassy?
When is he not?
I'm not trapped in you. I'm trapped in something else. That is now in you.
Can you elaborate? Because that's really confusing.
My soul has been partitioned off from my body long ago.
Yeah. Into that gem or whatever.
Into the gem, exactly. You remember the gem.
I told you I'm smart.
Well then, when you put the crown on,
Oh, I'm sorry. When you possessed me and made me put the crown on?
when you put the crown on, because I could tell your deep desires. I was there.
You were where?
In the crown.
Yeah, in your gem. And now where is the crown and why is it stuck inside of me?
Well, that's complicated.
Yeah, but I gotta sit in this fucking circle for another hour, so you may as well just tell me your goddamn story.
Perhaps we
Sorry.
get some sleep. I am awfully sleepy, aren't you?
You don't sleep, you're a fucking gem.
What if I just want to stop talking? I'm working on something in here. Do you mind? Let's all just go to sleep.
I'm gonna like stick my fingers inside my ears like I'm rooting around for like earwax and see if I can get any gems out.
Yeah, give me a strength roll.
Okay. This'll work.
If it's strength you need, I can stick my fingers in your ears.
15?
The 15?
Hurts just a tiny bit, but you don't feel anything. No.
So apparently he's not trapped in me. The crown is in me and it with the gem in it that he is trapped in. I don't know. And now he's pretending to sleep and he feigned a yawn in my fucking brain.
No. Tell him that's not a good idea. Tell him the last couples therapist I had said it's never a good idea to go to bed possessed by an evil gem.
Was that the couple's therapist or the couple's exorcist?
Nice callback. No, I don't believe in exorcists. This must have been a couples therapist that Theodric and I had the night before I left. Yeah, we had a lot to work through before. No, the night before we left.
That's some weirdly specific advice.
Well, because I'm trying to maintain continuity. In season 1, I didn't know what a therapist was. So if I've had a couples therapist, it must have been with Theodric the night before we left Dye Field together as a group. Which makes sense, because
oh my
I was
God,
about
please
to
start talking inside my head again.
Oh,
Please.
yeah. Well, you'll be glad when somebody makes a wiki about us, and these details are explicit.
Yep.
Do you want me to see if I can find the gem inside your head?
So how good could we maybe have you? Does anybody have like a object locating kind of spell?
I don't have any spells.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Hikari is dead asleep.
I was
but
gonna say-
probably in the morning they could.
Charity's
prepare
like,
that.
Not so much, and not so much.
So maybe she later could see if she could locate the gem inside of me, and maybe it'll be somewhere specifically in my body.
And then I can
then-
cut it out.
Stormbringer can cut it out.
So
and-
violence is the answer.
Charity's
and
just
then-
gonna
but
raise
then
a
I
hand.
could be healed again. Right?
Surgery is not
yeah.
violence.
Charity's gonna raise it. I just occasionally feel the need to remind everyone that I am a trained medical professional and surgeon.
So you can tell me
Oh,
where
I
to
didn't
cut.
know that.
Yeah, Charity. Now listen, I have used
At this, Charity's just gonna go, well, that's as much loss of control of situations I can deal with for one night. Clue, Aideen.
Sure
wait,
thing.
Burbage has used magic device. Is there anything about this gem that is bound by class, race, and level requirements?
Just grab Clem's head. I can use this.
Yes.
Mine now. Yeah, probably.
Then, well, Burbage wants to try to coax the gem out of Clem by
Gem Clem.
using magic device. The gem is the magic device. Burbage has learned enough about the workings of magic that he can improvise the use of items even when they're not intended for you. Right now, the gem is intended for Clem, apparently. I ignore all requirements on the use of magic items, and I will summon the gem. Again, with earlier I had a 19 Arcana check that you fucking blew past, completely irrelevant, ignoring the fact that our rogue rolled a fucking 19 Arcana check. Let me use magic device. Let me use magic device.
Well, you don't summon magic items to you. It's not part of the skill necessarily, but you do put your hands on Clem, seeing if you can just activate something.
Well, or deactivate it. I think I'm much more interested in deactivating the gem.
Okay. You put your hands on either side of Clem.
Which is uncomfortable for both of us deeply, I'm sure.
You can't quite activate anything within Clem.
Deactivate.
Nor deactivate anything within.
Yes, sorry, you're not activating anything within me, Burbage.
I mean, you would have to put a crown on in order to use it. Which maybe you could do if you get the crown out.
Open your mouth! Dentist of Cliff Mill, I summon you! The secret dentist of...
my hand in.
Oh, wait, what kind of crown is it?
You hear a voice from outside. The surprise dentist of Cliff Mill is here!
All right, we have a crown emergency. Is it that type of crown, Clem?
Coming up right away!
What is happening?
Flying away through the plane ethereal. Charity's just gonna turn back to Aideen. Today was a lot. I keep feeling like I'm forgetting something though. The prison. Oh shit! Those people in the cell.
I was wondering when we get to that.
They're still in the pocket dimension. Or
it's been like a day. They're fine.
Yeah, they'll be all right. Okay, so in the interest of time, let us say that you get the surprise dentist at Cliff Mill up there. It takes just a little bit of coaxing, but he looks at the crowns for a while and says there's nothing wrong. And then you realize, oh shit, that different kind of crown. And, funny scene. Basically, you're all exhausted. And after a bit of trial and error and Clem not being able to move much, you probably all decide to go to bed.
Well, I think this has been a successful session, if only because I finally got Andy to bring back the surprise fucking dentist of Cliff Mill. It was like pulling teeth.
Waka waka.
Clem, can I interest you in a little light consensual bondage to sleep with? I'm not gonna sleep with you. I'm just gonna can I tie you up?
First Burbage trying to awaken things inside of me, and now this.
You're a little short for me, but can I tie you up?
I mean, I guess at least you asked consent.
So is that a yes?
No, fuck off.
Fucking hell.
Well, okay, listen.
Clem, I feel like that's the paranoid necromancer thing inside you saying that, not Clem. I feel like Clem would be okay with this.
Oh God, this is getting really, really close to some lines here.
Okay, all right. You know what? I do really need to sleep, but I just want to say before I go to bed, Clem, no matter what this is, no matter what's happened to you, or what this thing is that's inside of you, you're still a friend. You're still a part of the family. Then I shall greet another unfrog and let them know where they are is among those like them, even if they don't know where they are. I said that gazing right into your eyes. And then he's just going to back away slowly out of the room to find a bed somewhere.
In the room next door.
But I'm backing away really slowly, so if you want to say something or ask him where that's from, you can.
And we're not worried about him?
He's just kind of like this.
That's a default. They're always worried about Burbage.
I mean, it started out really nice, but then
All right. Burbage slowly walks back around the corner of the door into the room and says, "It ended nice too. It ended nice too. Where they are is among those like them, even if they don't know where they are. That's a nice thing. All right. Good night. Good night. Stormbringer, I don't know what you want to do with her, but she's clearly dangerous, so good luck. Bye."
Burbage goes to sleep in the room next door. Stormbringer, I'm guessing, kind of sits up watching Clem and Hikari here.
Yeah.
As much as they can. You might still drift off at some point here. And we will awake in the morning, everyone having completed a long rest. Rachel, you have gained 3 levels.
That's fucking wild.
can I safely input them into into my character sheet?
Maybe just write down the statistics.
That's what I was
this
thinking.
is.
Okay, yeah.
Just to have it separate in case something changes. But for now, yeah, make it permanent.
Galway, do we have aid, or should I reset to my normal HP?
You do not have aid. I've blown through almost all of my.
That's fine. I only had 10.
Yeah. Beautiful. And ladies and gentlemen, that was tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for hanging in there. Wow. Stuff went crazy. I love it. That was just so much fun. And we got a lot of references to like season 1 stuff. Or like old, or that
okay,
story.
So just as a note, I enjoyed this because I know that Andy doesn't have the Twitch stream open. The session title is Within a Fortnight Part 2, or Oh God, is the Stranger Still Beckoning?
I just noticed that. I forgot that you took liberties.
Good reference.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, we reward you for long time watchers and listeners. We got your back here. All right, thank you all so much. That was amazing. Thanks for watching. We love you all. Hang in there, and until we see you next time, bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
The lonely she walks down beside the green river. My lady she was, and I bend my knee. One divine, my seraph, my heart to deliver. She gives me a small flower that I call Doom Lily. I love so completely, so true and so sweetly. But know that our story is so short it must be. Every time that you show me that blue and white flower,